streaming history. You know what I'm saying? We weren't putting nothing out on DSPs. We was selling like the download links from our personal websites and doing like pop-up shops and stuff like that, and that shit just created a cult following that
Yeah, those
fans it's
that
intimate
merch.
to them kind of
Yeah.
so that's kind of what we did. We figured out I get a secret away now, you know what I mean. We just kind of like we kind of just packaged our shit up on some like boutique shit, like for example like with like the sneaker here. I'm into sneakers and shit, like with Yeezy, you know what I mean. We just gonna drop Yeezy will drop like 200 pairs, 300 pairs. So if it's just so limited of it, the line is always going to be at every store. It's going to be people sleeping outside in their car and shit like that to get a chance to get this shoe. We kind of did our music like that. Like, man, we only got 100 of these. There's only 100 copies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't on no DSPs. It's not on no streams. None of that. No video. You know, we kind of made it. We created that mystique about us, you know what I mean?
And the merch too.
Yeah, and the merch too. Like, we ain't really, look at it as like we doing some merch for like shows, because we really wasn't getting booked for no shows and nothing. We was, Wes was really thinking like long range on some clothing line shit. That's how even the record label started, you know what I'm saying? Like Griselda Records was a spinoff of the clothes that came first, and that shit was called Griselda by Fashion Rebels. That's the GXFR, you know what I'm saying? So it just was strategic, you know what I mean? But to answer your question, yes,
and how y'all got in was like,
because you gotta sit back. We was fortunate enough, like, to get in when we was kind of like in our 30s and shit. So we was able to watch all these different eras, right, of musicians and entertainers and shit that came and went, was successful, one hit wonders, all that. Like, we was around for like the Biggie and Pac era, Mobb Deep era, the Jigga era, the Puffy and them era. You know what I'm saying? The No Limit, the Cash Money, when the South took it over, when the West Coast had it, we was able to really sit back and watch, and we watched it go from like shit being in stores with CDs and stuff to where it's like an internet game now. And like I said, it's just all about, just educating yourself on how to navigate first.
Yeah.
And then
how do you do
learn
that though
shit.
when you're like, you just looking at stuff online? How are you who educated you on the business even? Because you say none of y'all was...
Keep it a buck, like the streets. You know what I'm saying? We all was street dudes that was, doing other things. Like we was street businessmen. You know what I'm saying? We was doing other stuff. So we knew how to conduct, basic business stuff. We just applied the street shit to the music stuff. And, it's all about how you hustle. We really, really believe that, and we just stuck to our hustle. Like, a lot of dudes try to get in the game and do what somebody else is doing or what made them rich. They on the magazines, they popping, they lit, they got 700 million YouTube views. Like, we knew that really wasn't our niche with the kind of music that we coming with. And, just our stories and our resumes, and with us being older, like, we know we ain't really jacking the TikTok route and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We had to figure out different ways to cater to.
And that wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have worked for y'all. I don't think it would have. I mean, who knows?
Who
knows?
Who knows?
It wouldn't have been as fly though.
It wouldn't have been as fly.
It wouldn't have been as
what
fly.
I mean? It wouldn't have been as fly.
When you think about the kid, you talking about dropping like minimal amounts of merch or music or whatever it is. When you think about the people that have been riding with you since those days of like having to get the limited joints that I'm sure those fans, you probably run up, them fans probably still around and running. You probably have like a real different type of connection with that fan right there.
Absolutely. There's some fans that, I know by face, I know by name, first name from, I ship all my stuff myself.
Still?
Yeah, still to this day. Like, when you get a piece from me, you getting it directly from me. Like, I'm writing on it, I'm filling it out, I'm taking it to the post office. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's an experience that you're getting, like, you know what I'm saying, from the artist. Like, I wish back in the 90s I could have, bought a Mobb Deep shirt and Prodigy sent it to me itself and signed it. Like, that shit would have made my day, right?
That's so good.
So, like, it's guys that, that been rocking since back then that I know I'm very familiar with. Like, I see them at shows, like, nah, let them, man, what's good?